Whoa.
I wish there's a bag drug in this set.
Whoa. It's the illusion. Reporting from somewhere on Spaceship Earth. It's another episode of Sober Wednesday. Giddy up. Giddy up.
Yeah.
We're sober. Fired up.
Fired up.
We got a cup of coffee.
Daddy always loves coffee.
We got a dude in the background mimicking me. How's everyone doing tonight? So as we get warmed up, wrenches, remember, you're in charge of keeping the scene for those who are who need this. So this stream is dedicated to those who suffer, right?
From sobriety.
This could be for people with suicidal thoughts, suicidal desires, suicidal ideations, mental health issues, overeating, undereating,
drinking
drugs, alcohol,
smoking,
gambling, debt,
smoking,
bad relationships, whatever it is. This Sober Wednesday is a place for you to come and just hear the solution, right? This is not an AA meeting. This is not affiliated with any group. This is just us spending some time together, realizing that we all suffer in various forms, various ways, and we're here to offer a solution to those who don't think there is a solution. So with that said, we got to open it up with the Serenity Prayer. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Wisdom to know the difference. Oh boy, the wisdom to know the difference. That is the catch, isn't it? So this is we do read chapter 5 from How It Works from the Big Book of Alcoholics Anonymous. Like I said, this is not an AA meeting. How It Works could be applied to anybody who is not where they want to be in their life and is willing to remove the shadows and the baggage that holds them back from having a true and beautiful relationship with the God of their understanding. So with that said, let's get after it. Let's get after chapter 5, How It Works. Chapter 5, How It Works. Rarely have we seen a person fail who has thoroughly followed our path. Those who do not recover are people who cannot or will not completely give themselves to this simple program. Usually men and women who are constitutionally incapable of being honest with themselves. There are such unfortunates. They are not at fault. They seem to have been born that way. They are naturally incapable of grasping and developing a manner of living which demands rigorous honesty. Their chances are less than average. There are those, too, who suffer from grave emotional and mental disorders, but many of them do recover if they have the capacity to be honest. Our stories disclose in a general way what we used to be like, what happened, and what we are like now. If you've decided you want what we have and are willing to go to any length to get it, then you're ready to take certain steps. And some of these we balked. We thought we could find an easier, softer way, but we could not. With all the earnestness at our command, we beg of you to be fearless and thorough from the very start. Some of us have tried to hold on to our old ideas, and the result was nil until we let go. Absolutely. Remember that we deal with alcohol, cunning, baffling, powerful. Without help, it is too much for us, but there is one who has all power. That one is God. May you find him now.
Right now.
Right now.
Right this minute.
Right this minute.
When we're on the stream.
That's it. Half measures availed us nothing. We stood at the turning point. We asked his protection and care with complete abandon. Here are the steps we took, which are suggested as a program of recovery. 1, we admitted we were powerless over alcohol, that our lives had become unmanageable. 2, came to believe that a power greater than ourselves could restore us to sanity. 3, made a decision to turn our will and our lives over to the care of God as we understood him. 4, made a searching and fearless moral inventory of ourselves. 5, admitted to God, to ourselves, and to another human being the exact nature of our wrongs. 6, we're entirely ready to have God remove all these defects of character. 7, humbly asked him to remove our shortcomings. 8, made a list of all persons we had harmed and became willing to make amends to them all. 9, made direct amends to such people wherever possible, except when to do so would injure them or others. 10, continued to take personal inventory when we were wrong. promptly admitted it. "11, sought through prayer and meditation to improve our conscious contact with God as we understood and praying only for his knowledge, for his will for us to carry it. Praying only for knowledge of his will for us and the power to carry that out. 12, having had a spiritual awakening as a result of these steps, we tried to carry this message to alcoholics and to practice these principles in all of our affairs. Many of us exclaimed, 'What in order? I can't go through with it.' Do not be discouraged. No one among us has been able to make anything like perfect adherence to these simple principles, to the adherence to these principles. We're not saints. The point is that we're willing to grow along spiritual lines. The principles we have set down are guides to progress. We claim spiritual progress rather than spiritual perfection. Our description of the alcoholic, the chapter of the agnostic, and our personal adventures before and after make clear 3 pertinent ideas: that we were alcoholic and could not manage our own lives; B, that probably no human power could have relieved our alcoholism; and that God could and would if he were sought." Amen. All right, there's chapter 5, how it works. Keep that open in case we need that. I don't know, dude. How are we gonna run this thing tonight? I don't know. You tell me. You tell me how we're gonna run this scene tonight. Are we?
All right, I get it. So on this dragon, there's 2 sides.
Yeah.
But they're different feet, but they're like the same. So there's one right here and there's one right here, and that's why those 2, because there are 2 sides, and this one and 2 right there. So
yeah.
That's what's going on.
Yeah, like he said. So surfed out, dude. We surfed a bunch today, dude. Me and my buddy scored. But Tyler Allen voiceover, 2 sides to everything, wise. Yep. Yeah, right. 2 sides to everything. As it always is. So I don't know, man. I'm drawing a blank as to what I'm supposed to get into with you. Can you share your experience quitting coffee? Caffeine, I believe, has made me angry, anxious over the past couple of years because I've been drinking a lot. I don't know if I can share that. I'm drinking a cup of coffee right now. I will tell you what, caffeine is the gnarliest of all the drugs I've tried to quit. Sugar's tough too, but
no, quit it. Quit sugar.
But
I don't want Daddy gonna get fat.
Daddy don't want to get fat. Get a headache about 9 hours after. Yeah, that
said that your belly's getting a little bit low.
It's like anything else. If
Daddy,
that's
is your belly getting a little bit low?
yeah, but can you let me do my thing? It's my bro is struggling with alcohol, self-destruction kind of stuff. How would I help? All right. Yeah, the coffee thing, I don't know. That's not a life-threatening situation. If you want to look, it's like that, dude. You got to just make a decision and be willing to like take it on the head. So it sounds like the coffee's not working for you anymore. I don't know. Switch to yerba mate or some tea. Yeah, black tea for a while. I don't know. Caffeine's brutal, dude.
Because my mom got the kidney stone.
All right, I'll
drinking more coffee, so
okay. We're trying to get focused here. Let me get. Yeah, the Orange County Jackson. I don't know if I got an answer for you on that. 2 is
up.
I can't.
Daddy, it's number 3.
Ow. Okay, so if you're not gonna be quiet, you can't hang out in the background, okay? All right, well, do your number bag 3 thing, dude. All right. Vincent Reyes. My bro is struggling with alcohol, self-destruction kind of stuff. How would I help? I mean, Vincent Reyes. All right, I gotta get a little. Are you an alcoholic? Are you a drug addict, alcoholic? It's kind of one of those things. TS caffeine. Yeah, but it's like a step down, dude. The job, man. Job is beating me. Yeah, it's more of a social. No, I do smoke weed, trying to stop. Look, man, on that thing, Vincent, like if your buddy's getting pickled, you don't speak the language, dude. What you would probably want to do is look, you gotta, if it's a true friend, it's a little bit of an Al-Anon issue, dude. You gotta draw a firm, hard boundary and just go, look, I can't be around you as long as you're getting drunk, dude. Like, I don't dig it. You can be like hard line about it. I love you. I would just go up to your friend and go, I love you, but I can't be around it. Yeah. And it's not cool. And I need to like take a step back and you need to figure some stuff out. I think, but it's tough. You're a weed smoker. You're probably going to get labeled a hypocrite and all that stuff. It's a tricky story, dude. But again, it's I don't think there's anything you can like my biological brother, family stuff. All right, biological brother stuff. If he's like that, like, look, super serious on this, Vincent. You probably need to go to Al-Anon. That's sort of that inner family stuff. If you're not the one who's getting pickled and your brother's really getting pickled and he's in danger, you got to go to Al-Anon. Get your own house in order. Your brother's alcoholism's not your problem, so to speak. I get it. It's doing damage to you, all that kind of stuff. But the first person you got to put the oxygen mask on is yourself, and then you'll get all the tools that you need to help your brother. And I'll be super clear is like one of the things that you can't help someone get sober who doesn't want to get sober. It's just that way. They have to have a willingness to get sober. And if they do have a willingness to get sober, then you probably what you would want to do is get them to an AA meeting, maybe have them get them a big book, maybe call central office, have someone come over. Any one of these things might work. But I've found that people who don't want to get sober and have someone telling them they need to get sober can get kind of combative. So you really got to gauge yourself. It's a tricky operation. Let me tell you, Vincent, you're watching your family members suffer. The diabolical nature of alcohol is a brutal experience. So you've got to go to take care of yourself too. So don't think that it's just his problem. Alcoholism is a family problem. And it's pretty brutal on those that have to watch it go down. My ex was an alcoholic and doing hardcore drugs. She's done with the whole NA and AA thing, but still smokes weed and has no control of her life. I don't know how to help her or if I can. Again, it's ex-wife. You got to go to Al-Anon. I don't know, you got kids together. It's an Al-Anon thing. Again, is this is the thing. You can't control other people. All you can do is control yourself. And part of this thing that we're dealing with is people have to go on their ride, man. And the ride sucks to watch, dude. So you need to help yourself. It's painful, dude. It is painful watching someone you love burn their life to the ground. And the thing is very good, Al. The thing is, yeah, you go ahead, adventure. And it's brutal, dude. No one wants to be, but the irony of it is a true alcoholic, someone who's in the midst of the thing, they know that they're blowing it. And that's the thing is it's a brutal disease. It's not like it's just stopping and everything's fixed, right? Like if you look at the thing of the steps, the first 12 steps, only the first half of the first step even deals with alcohol. Everything else is spiritual, and it's a spiritual problem. So you're looking at someone who has a spiritual malady and an allergy of the body, and it's a tricky operation to get them to see the light, dude. What you need to do is draw firm boundaries. That's what you want to help someone who's suffering from drugs and alcohol, like draw super firm boundaries and stick to them and stop being a doormat for them or providing stop rescuing them. You know what I mean? Some of these people need to go, look, not to be brutal, but people need to go to jail. People need to end up in the hospital. People need to OD, dude, because whoa. because that's what it takes, unfortunately. Like people got to suffer to want to get sober. So help them to help themselves to suffer, right? Again, I don't mean like putting anyone's life in danger, but let them puke on themselves. You know what I mean? Like stop being a rescuer and start taking care of yourself and realize that what you're experiencing is trauma. That is, like, people think alcoholism and drug addiction is only about the person that is addicted or drinking. It's the people that are around them that love them that ultimately have almost the hardest experience, dude. It's that thing of like, the alcoholic drug addict in the midst of their alcoholism, drug addiction, they don't care. Like, that's the point. They don't care about you, themselves, or any of it. You're the one who cares, and that's the rub. That's why you got to take care of yourself, and that's why you probably should get with Al-Anon. All right, which one do I got, dude?
Number 8.
I got to do a sticker here. Just a second. You got the knife, number 8. Oh, I can do that one freehand. That's fine. I got this one freehand.
No, I don't want to get the tool. Here.
Oh, the tool. Yeah. All right.
Doing a Lego set.
Is that okay?
This guy just said, "Hey, tribe."
Yeah. Is that
Hey,
sticker? Did I
tribe.
do a good job on that one?
Mhm.
All right. I mean, I can speak from experience on this thing. Is there's not a lot. They gotta let help. You gotta let people hit their own bottom. I don't want to get personal, but were you raised in a sober household? I wasn't. Drinking and smoking was normal. Been sober since New Year's. No, I wasn't like raised in a sober household. I wasn't raised in a totally out of control household either. So, a little bit of both. I don't want to get. I wasn't drinking and smoking with. I wasn't. Drinking and smoking was normal. Been sober since New Year's. I would drink some beers and smoke weed on occasions. Whatever, dude. You're allowed to do that. You're allowed to have you're allowed to do that. There's nothing. Look, man, I think that like one of the things that's caused a lot of trouble for people trying to get sober, not getting sober, is the people that think that they got to get sober because they want to go out and have a drink. Like, go enjoy yourself. Like, you don't need to have a problem because I had a problem, dude. I'm very much come from that.
I have one of those.
I need the razor blade thing, dude. I very much come from the school of thought, man. My alcoholism's doesn't mean that you can't go enjoy your whiskey or your crack or whatever it is, dude. Like, you gotta go on your own journey, and then when you figure out it doesn't work for you,
Daddy, this is Alcoholic Anonymous.
Yeah, but like, just leave it alone, dude. Like, okay, here, go back. I'll keep the stickers and stuff here because there's probably going to be a couple more. So it's that thing of like, it's very difficult, dude. But like, yeah, if you go out and you have a couple beers and you enjoy them, and every now and then you like to get pickled at the party, like, good for you, dude. Like, more power to you, dude. I don't have that. I never had that. Like, there's a big difference between someone who goes and has a hangover because they got wasted at New Year's Eve versus a dude like me who's drinking no matter what, dude. I don't need an excuse. I always got a hangover, dude. It's the whole thing, I'm young, though. Probably going to get pickled. I'm like, good for you, dude. Good for you. Like again, it's I don't know, man. It's a self-diagnosed disease, right? It's a self-diagnosed disease. So you've got to kind of figure it out for yourself. And if you're asking the question, that's usually the answer, right? The answer lies within your question, dude. So
I'm building a new thing.
I enjoy a drink occasionally, but I never like the feeling of losing control. Yeah, that's pretty much a normal that would be considered a normie, dude. That by its definition of what you said is not alcoholic. I like to lose control.
He just meant a normal person.
Yeah. I'm fully into losing control. And all right, Ravel, to expand your banned from this channel, dude.
What did he just do?
He's being a troublemaker, dude.
What did he just do?
I don't know. I've been noticing the thing. Yeah, being a normie's fine, dude. Again, is not everyone needs to have that as their problem. Again, this isn't about drugs and alcohol. Plenty of people's problem isn't drug and alcohol. It's like, dude, if you're wedging Oreo cookies every night and putting on weight and it makes you unhappy, that's addiction, dude. If you're sitting there watching porn all day long and that's addiction. If you're sitting there at the casino losing because it's firing off certain parts of your brain, that's addiction. So addiction isn't because you drink alcohol or you smoked meth, dude. It's all sorts of things, dude. It's anything that's getting, look, this is about anything that's getting in the way between you and your relationship with God. At the end of the day, that's what this hour is dedicated to. It doesn't matter what your problem is. If you have a problem and it's interfering with your relationship with God, that's a problem, dude. And so, Al, will you close the door, please? Addiction seems to be human. Yeah, quite a human experience. Yes.
Sticker.
And so it's again is the point is to all right, which one
Number.
The final. Okay, I know which one. Yep, I know which one.
Number 2.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. See how it goes?
Yeah.
It's the reds.
Yeah. I haven't been doing very good on these. So and some addictions are good, dude. It's health's a good thing. Be addicted to health. Be addicted to reading. What's happening, paraplegic? I'm drinking the Trinity. What?
Backwards.
What do you mean, dude?
Dude, look it's supposed to be like that. These 2 dots are supposed to be right there.
Getting called out for being backwards, dude. Hold on. Fine, dude. There you go, bud. So it's the coffee. Yeah, the coffee's gnarly. But it's the weird thing. It's the perspective of, like I said, is it really comes down to this thing is insanity and turning our will and our lives over to the care of God. Is the reason most people are addicted is they're hiding from themselves.
2 more stickers.
Hey, what's happening, Jordan?
2 more stickers.
All right, dude. Here, let me have it, dude. Come on, dude, so I can get this done, and then you're.
Know which one?
Yeah, I got it, dude. I know which one.
Number 7, number 1. There's another number 1.
All right, here you go, Bird.
You can leave the tool there.
Yeah, so Yeah, porn's brutal, man. That's a real addiction. There's lots of addictions. Video technology is a gnarly addiction nowadays too. Is quitting something an addiction or something else? Hello from Canada. Is quitting something an addiction? No. Look, to me, it's about like, is it causing you negative impacts in your life and disconnecting you from God? Like it can't look. You could like the Lego obsession. Is it disconnecting me from God? No. Is it causing harm? No. Could I control it? Probably not. But it's again is you got to ask some questions of yourself. Is the aspect in your life causing you harm, suffering, and especially to those people around you? Look, if enough people come up to you and go, dude, there's something wrong with how you're eating or what you're doing or what you're spending your time, then that's the thing you need to clean up, dude. So you get into this thing. Dude, the Trinity coffees, dude, I gotta say, paraplegic, dude, your coffees are awesome, like super good. Like I don't normally pay attention to my coffee, but you've really kind of made me fired up about it, dude. The coffee you're making is insane. So if you want to get some coffee from from paraplegic, this cup of coffee is brought to you by right there, and return back to our regularly scheduled program. I've never been a coffee guy, but I'd like to try. Yeah, hook up paraplegic, dude. Oh wait, here. Let me. Here you go, Jordan. There's your moderation wrench, dude. I stopped smoking weed about 2 months ago, and I'm in a much better mental state. Being high shouldn't be what normal feels like. Exactly. That's what it is. Is look. When you get down to the thing, it's like life's tough, man. All sorts of stuff going on. And it's the ability to take life on the chin that is what sobriety is, and not let it be miserable. Thank you, Ed. It like sobriety is about learning to deal with yourself. Well, that's good for you, Bern. I'll sit on YouTube just browsing for things to watch for hours. Yeah, dude. It's the same thing. Television and all this stuff's addictive. Old timer at a meeting told me that you can get off the train at any time. You don't have to stay on all the way to the train wreck. Pretty much, man. And that's the thing is again, it's about you can suffer as long as you want to suffer. And there's plenty of suffering to be done. There's no shortage of suffering in this life if you choose that to be your path. And the bonus of it all is the suffering gives you a chance to be liberated. It's a bold move to go and suffer. It's really a bold move. And the end result of the suffering is liberation. So you can have your liberation because there's one who has all power. That one is God. May you find him now. Right now. And so, Burn, like whatever you do for yourself, you don't need to like insert your thing. You're just like, you're not helping. Great. Good for you. Go do your thing and you're fine. This stream obviously isn't for you. All right. And great rule to have. This is with other adults who ought to know better. It's rude. Always end up finding the same vids over and over, less interesting videos from my sub. Some can, but those with the problem, not so much. Yeah, dude, like that's the thing, dude. Yeah, but that's like a weird alcoholic thing, dude, that an alcoholic says. A normal person doesn't think like a person with normal drinking tendencies doesn't think like that. That's what I'm trying to say. It's You don't need to drink it. You don't even need to think about drinking in moderation if you drink in moderation. Do you get it? Like if you think you drink in moderation, the thought itself is almost the proof that you don't drink in moderation. A person who drinks in moderation doesn't think about it on any level. They're just going about their day and they're like, oh, I would like to have a nutty brown beer with my burger, please. And they go and they enjoy their beer and they go off about their thing. Nowhere in there are they like being like, well, I'm having a moderation day with alcohol. They just had a beverage with their burger. Like, that's the thing. Like, I got to slam this whole, like, I drink in moderation thing. That in itself is a cop-out. A normal person who does not have a problem with alcohol does not think in these terms. It doesn't even come up. It's not even part of their reality because they're busy not tripping because they don't have a problem. If you're sitting there going, I drink in moderation, that's already halfway down the pipe to oblivion, dude. It's just you haven't gotten there yet. After sobriety, I wonder if moderate drinkers are actually moderate. After sobriety, I hid shooters from others. The whole after sobriety, I wonder if moderate drinkers are actually moderate. There's no moderate drinking if you're sober. Like, we're here for people in the solution, Burn, not to like brag about what you're doing, dude. I'm just gonna let I'm talking about others. Yeah, okay, I get what you're saying, Ryan Lyon. I get it now. I was never a fan of alcohol. Always said everything tastes like rubbing alcohol. So my problem was the Huron and the cocaina. You know, I'd be a pile all day or not to be a pile all day. Yeah. Have you ever seen the movie Another Round? No, I have not. The gnarly one, do you want to see one of the better movies about sobriety is that one with Denzel Washington where he's the airplane pilot, dude. You know what movie I'm talking about? That's a real like gnarly, like, because he gets on the plane. Doesn't he crash the plane drunk or something? Get a bunch of people killed. The Denzel, what is it called? Flight? Is it Flight?
Should be.
Flight. Yeah, Flight's gnarly, dude. Flight is gnarly, dude. Because that's what it is. Like, if you go watch the movie Flight, it's a really good movie. And that's alcoholism. Just the total delusion that you have a problem, dude. And like, I'm telling you, when you're in the midst of your alcoholism, or depression or whatever it is, you can't see the forest through the trees. That's the rub. That's the brutality of it all. For those who you started out with people asking, how can I help a friend who's suffering or family member is suffering? You really can't. There's nothing you can do except find your boundary and hold it to the bitter end and stop being their rescuer and allow them to suffer. And you know what? They might have to just do themselves in, because unfortunately, that is one of the avenues that a drug addict and alcoholic will take to alleviate their suffering, man. And yeah, Robert's comment is what I trip about. Where are we? Where are we? I don't know. You know, so that's why I can't trust moderate drinkers. I bet I don't. Again, other people's drinking's got nothing to do with me, dude. Unless you're on the road and I'm driving around my family. No, look, man. Like, no one needs to trip on what is in another person's glass. It's none of your business, dude. You know what I mean? Whether they moderate, don't moderate, dude. Like, it's all good. Jesse Forbes, dude. Yeah, bowl cut, dude. Welcome aboard. It's again is. I always tell always tell the thing is like, I remember at early sobriety, listening to the dude flipping out about the people drinking whiskey at the restaurant at the table next to him. And I was like, I don't want to have to care if someone's drinking next to me. That's what sobriety is. An aspect of sobriety is being able to sit with somebody sucking down some whiskey sours and be like, whatever, dude, like, enjoy yourself, dude. You know what I mean? Like, I don't get all up in that thing like that, dude. I'm a firm believer that everybody's on their journey, and it's not for me to judge the journey. It's for me to try to be there to help them when they want to get off the train that is about to be a train wreck. And I know that seems sort of like, because like, part of human life is intervening on all sorts of stuff. But I think for me, when it comes to other people's drugging and alcohol and whatnot, like, it's not up to me to stop them or hinder them. My job is to offer a solution. So when they look over, they're like, there's a way out. And you're like, yeah, there's a way out, dude. Come with me if you want. Otherwise, you're more than happy to sit on your couch and do blow and drink all night long. I'm not going to hang out with you, dude. I'll come over and eat some dinner with you in the beginning, but then I got to go, man. So.
All right, sticker.
All right, what sticker do we got, dude?
It's the last sticker.
Last sticker. Ooh, boy.
Write that one.
Not write that one.
All
right, dude. Should I put it on upside down so you can tell me I did a bad job?
No.
I should
want you to do it.
Okay. Do you want me to do a good job? All right. I'm going to do it. All right. That's the spirit.
Do a great job.
Mm-hmm.
See how it goes like that?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, I didn't get it. That wasn't it. Well, don't bob around. I got an X-Acto knife in my hand, dude. There you go, bud.
Bam.
Bam, dude. I got some knuckles. All right. So anyway, where were we? Projects, Pursuit of Happiness, and Alcoholic Movie too.
You were at the thing where you guys were talking about and if you're drinking cola or whatever that thing was.
Yeah, that, dude. I dig that surf video the other day. Dude made me want to hit up the West Coast and learn to ride the wave. I don't know what other surf. You just can't help some people. You can't. That's the gnarly part about it, man. You just can't help. You just can't help people who don't want help. That's one of the tragedies of the human thing. Is like, I'm telling you, there's nothing more brutal than watching somebody you care for and love suffer, dude. Like, I think that's one of the ultimate human tortures is again, that's why in the sobriety process, one of the big thing is making amends, right? You make amends, dude. Made direct amends to such people wherever possible, except when to do so would injure them or others, dude. Like, that's how you know someone's gotten sober, by the way. Someone can come and tell you I got sober. You'll know that they got sober because they'll come up to you one day and they'll be like, hey, I need to make an amends to you for what I put you through. And then that's the key. When they're making amends to you, that's like, they've done it. So, those of you who are worrying about your people, like, yeah, that's how you know someone finally got sober. Just because they didn't drink today does not mean that they're sober. They have to go through the process of correcting their wrongs and doing the whole thing like that, so that's what that is. There's a way to know someone's got sober. They'll come and tell you that they're making amends, and that's not an apology. An apology is not sobriety. Amends are sobriety, right? Yeah, they got to humble themselves to before God and just be willing to do the work, man. The only road I like to bomb The only road I like to bomb vid was Awesome Fox Road, Gray Fox, dude. Anyway, we're trying to stay focused here for those that suffer, man. And got 2 months ago, and your videos inspired me a lot. I'm stoked for you, Louis CE. 2 months, that's no joke, dude. It's enough to again, you got to figure out your thing. Like my advice is this is a team sport, the sobriety thing. We can't do it by ourselves, man. We need help from other people, man, and we need to help other people. It's that thing, we need to be reaching up and pulling up, Thank you, Janice Jackson. Hello, Bear. I have a little app counter, or at least I just forget. And Far Out Aliens, you can try to make amends. Tread carefully. Some people go full retard if you try to make amends. Just saying. Well, that again is Far Out Aliens. That's what the amends process is. The amends process is going up and facing it. Some people will flip out on you, dude, and you get it. That's what it's not about you. It's about them. So again, let's look into this like step 9 thing a little bit, dude, because it's pretty interesting. Made direct amends to such people wherever possible, except when to do so would injure them or others. It's not saying anything about you getting injured. The amends process is clear, man. You might get socked up, dude. You might get actually bludgeoned for some of the things you've done, but that's their right, because you did them dirty, man, and you were too cowardly to deal with it and not do them dirty. So. And again, that goes to step 8, made a list of all persons we had harmed and became willing to make amends to them all, dude. An amends, look, let me explain the difference between an apology and an amends. Apology is me going, I'm sorry I did that to you. An apology is about you making yourself feeling better for doing someone dirty. An amends apology is like, I owe you an amends for what I did wrong, which was this, and that. And now when you finish that, you turn it over to the other person and you're like, what is that will solve this for you? And they might just go, F you, dude. I don't ever want to talk to you again. It's not for you to determine the outcome of the amends, because it's about the other person getting determined to determine the outcome of the amends. That's the process. That's what an amends is. An amends is not an apology. An amends is going to the person that you've done harm to and turning yourself in essentially and going, all right, I'm going to own what I did. Now it's your turn. What do you need to have happen? And they may just hug you and go, just stay sober. So I had a pretty gnarly amends I had to make to this pretty famous surfer dude. And he was like, look, dude, just stay sober and keep helping people. That was my amends to him. So most people, you'll find out that most people are just stoked that you've come to them and owned up you're wrong. Like you do realize that most human beings are very loving and forgiving, and it's on them. If they don't want to accept your amends, that's their business. It's not your business, dude. You went and took care of it and crossed it off your list, and you get to move on, dude. That's the beauty of the amends process, man, is once you've gone and made your amends and they decide to like tell you to kick rocks or whatever, it's done for you as the amends person offering the amends. Like you went and faced them and you told them what was going on. And if they want to hate on you, that's their business, dude. And it's okay, man. That's their spiritual growth, right? I always tell the story of this, man, is I was living with this dude, and we were living in a duplex that his mom owned in the Pacific Palisades, right? So we rented one half and his mom's had the other half, and she owned the whole place. So I shared it with her son, and he was a big pot dealer and whatever. And I didn't know the dude that well. I was just renting his room, and we had a big falling out. A bunch of stuff went on, and I like when she came out, it's like, you can't just move out. I fully looked at her in the face and I go, dude, if you so much as make a stink about me moving out, I'm going to scream as loud as I can in the neighborhood that your son's selling pot and he's a drug dealer and the whole thing, which he was. And she was horrified. Right. And so she just let me go, but I stuffed her for like a month's rent, man. Right? It was whatever. So I got sober and I had my list of things I needed to make amends for. And I was sitting at a stop sign one day and I was like, oh, it's today. And so I drove to this woman's house and I knocked on her door and there she was. She looks at me and I go, hey, look, I owe you an amends. What I did to you that day was totally wrong. How I handled it was totally wrong. And I owe you a month's worth of rent. And I want to know what you need me to do. And this woman looked at me, dude, and she was like so touched because she's like, I've been renting to people for 20 years, something like that. And she's like, I've been stuffed and had so many weird scenes go down as the person who rents out. And you're the only person who's come and showed up and done right by me, man. And for that, I thank you. And so we made up a payment plan and we did this thing where like I was paying, I don't know, $100 a month for like a year and a half. And this is the trippy part. So there was a dude mowing the lawn, like the landscaper kid was mowing the lawn. Yes. No. And
She went to a meeting.
It was mowing the lawn. And like 2 months later, I was at an AA meeting, right? And I'm sitting and this kid walks up to me and he's like, hey man, were you making an amends to some lady in the Palisades on the street? And I go, yeah, that was me. He's like, dude, I was the dude mowing the lawn in the front and I heard your amends to her. And I realized that I had my own amends to make and I had to take a look at myself and I'm trying to get sober. So again, is this thing is much more bigger and powerful than you can imagine, but you have to be willing to go and do the work, right? And I will tell you what, dude, payment plans rule. You go up to these people and you make your amends to them and you take care of your dirty work and you go, how can I take care of it? And they go, this is how you can take care of it. And odds are most of these people just are stoked that you're there owning your failure. And that's what I found. I never have had an amends process go wrong, dude. Dude. So I had to make an amends on New Year's Eve day, dude. So I was, I'll talk about amends for a second, dude. Do you make them still to this day? I'm 13 years sober, dude. On the last night of my 12th year of sobriety, our lizard got sick, right? And it was New Year's Eve day. It was like middle of the day. So I called like 10 veterinary places and no one would see me. Like they were like, oh, whatever, we can't see you. And we don't deal with lizards. It's our bearded dragon, the children's bearded dragon, dude. And its guts were coming out. And I was like, so I got a hold of this one vet and like, she was like, well, we can see you Tuesday.
That's whenever Mushu's guts were hanging out. Mushu's.
Yeah.
But was you like young? Oh, you were this age.
Yeah.
That's a lizard thing.
And so I got on the phone. I finally got a hold of the gal. I was like, I can't see you till Wednesday. And I go, what do you mean you can't see? I thought you guys were some like veterinary thing. And she's like, well, we don't. And I go, all right, man. I like got super mad. I go, well, then if my lizard dies tonight, dude, like it's on you, dude. Like I'm like done. This is the 10th place I called you guys. You're vets. This is what you're supposed to do. I don't care that it's New Year's Eve. Blah blah blah. I launch into this woman. She calls me back like 10 minutes later. She's like, dude, we can see you. Like we can squeeze you in. And so I jammed down there. And so I got my lizard in the bucket and I roll into this veterinary office and I walk right up to this girl and I go, I have to make amends for how I treated you on the phone. How I treated you on the phone was super unacceptable and the whole thing. And you know what, dude? Like we had this heartfelt conversation because she's like, yeah, it really hurt my feelings, man, because I really care about the pets. And I didn't, that wasn't fair how you put it. And she's like, but you know what? The fact that you walked in here and owned it and came and apologized to me and made it right with me, like speaks volumes about like humanity and what's going on in the world right now. And we had this like cool conversation for like 20 minutes about just being a human being. and what it is to be a human being. And I'll tell you what, man, owning your mistakes is probably like the pinnacle of success as a human being. Everyone thinks it's like going helicopter skiing in Alaska or stuffing a bunch of money in your pockets. No, like the pinnacle of humanity is walking up to someone you've done dirty and going, you know what? I owe you an apology. I owe you an amends. I acted incorrectly, and giving that person the dignity they deserve to be acknowledged for your error. And what you'll what I've consistently found out in sobriety, of every time I've had to do this to a person, because the more you get used to it, you're like, I got to handle that right now. Is it makes people look at humanity in a different way. When you apologize to someone that you've done dirty and made it right by them, they get hope again. I don't know how to explain. It's a very weird experience. So most people want to run from their mistakes. No, own your mistakes, get in there and watch the world become a better place. That's the thing. That's why the world's such a mess, is people are resentful because people have treated them like crap and not made things right. And I'll tell you what, one person walking up to another person and making it right, like, cleans the slate for a lot of other people who didn't, man. And so one of the gifts of sobriety is this amends process, but that's why it's step 9, is because you've got to deal with yourself first before you can go start making things right with other people. The first amends you owe is to God, dude, because you've been a fart bag. And part of that amends to God is cleaning up yourself and giving it to God and going, here, God, like, here's all my failings. And then you move from there, dude. So again, it's a beautiful, beautiful thing. And no matter how broken you are, messed up or depressed or overweight or underweight or involved with bad relationships or in debt, you can fix this thing. Because that is what the grace is. That is the dignity that God has given you. And I know it's terrifying in the beginning. I'm telling you, I get it. It's super scary to face yourself in sobriety, whatever that thing is that's blocking you from facing yourself. When you get to do that first look in the mirror with God, and you get to own all your failings, and God just gives you the big interdimensional hug and sets you free. Hallelujah, baby. Hallelujah. So,
other step.
Anyone got that? If someone could bring up the suicide hotline number, that would be awesome, dude. I think, is it usually you, Bethel? No, you're over in Ireland, dude. Whoever can bring up the suicide prevention number, that would be great. I'm starting with the man in the mirror, asking him to change his ways, dude. Yeah, but you need God. That dude in the mirror can't change his ways without God, dude. And you can't do it without another person, man. This isn't a solo operation. Isolation and soloness is what got most people here, dude. You have to go be of service. Being of service is what it's all about. And that's asking another person to help you face yourself in the mirror, dude. So for those who are having sort of suicidal thoughts or depressive thoughts, and they're possibly thinking about harming themselves or killing themselves or doing something stupid because they can't deal with themselves, please call 1-800-273-8255. 1-800-273-8255. That's the National Suicide Prevention Hotline number. There's beautiful people at the other end of that phone waiting to help you, dude. There is no shame admitting that you have suicidal thoughts, that you want to end this whole game. The shame is holding that inside and carrying that burden around with you endlessly. Please, if you are having any of these situations, look for help. And if you're in Ireland, it's 116-123.
You can take it off.
Yes, Georgie.
If I go to work, would you be able to pick me up later?
Yeah. And redemption is a beautiful thing. Wouldn't trade it for anything. So again, is please, like, take care of yourself, deal with yourself, and love yourself, man, and let God love you, or some other people love you in the beginning, dude. Look, it's no joke, dude. It's no joke. This is not a solo operation. This is a team sport. Life is a team sport, man. And if you're miserable, it's probably because you're taking life on by yourself, dude. So stop that. Stop that. So on the way out the door, let's do the Serenity Prayer. Or should we do the 9th step prayer? I always forget what it is. Do your 9th step prayer. Hold on. 9th. Prayer. All right, here we go. All right, let's do the 9th step prayer, dude. Wait, hold on. All right. Oh, okay. Here they all are, dude. The lower prayer, morning prayer, 5th step, 6th prayer, 7th step, 8th step, 9th step prayer. Okay. Here we go. 9th step prayer. God, give me the strength and direction to do the right thing no matter what the consequences may be. Help me consider others and not harm them anyway. Help me to consult with others before I take any action. It's not the right. Is that the 9th step prayer? It doesn't seem right, dude. Do it. I'm not feeling that one, dude. I'm not feeling that one, dude. 9th step prayer. Now we're bogging down in the thing. Sorry. Stop breathing so hard. This isn't the one I'm looking for. I don't know. None of these. Anyway, these are not. All right, dude. I'm just going to go with the Serenity Prayer. That's too crazy. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Far out alien, super kind of you. I appreciate that.
Oh, the far out alien.
Yeah, the far out alien. Let God put the words in your mouth. Yeah. And hey, everybody, just take care of each other. And yeah, Jane Black, yeah, the difference between religion and spirituality, yeah. Watching Sober Wednesday while my stepdad drunk in the living room. Hectic. Faye. Anyway, God bless you. Good night, and stay safe and stay sane, and ask somebody for help. Good night.
Look at